Type of salt that you use doesn't actually matter when it comes to seasoning to taste. And let me show you why. I'm gonna demonstrate with water and ice. So each glass of water, let's just pretend that this is your food that needs to be seasoned. In order for it to be adequately seasoned, the water level needs to rise to the very top. And to get it to the top and season it, we are going to use ices that we're all familiar with. Starting with the least dense salt, we're gonna use everyone's favorite Chick-fil-A ice. These are much finer pieces of ice. So now it's time to season my water. Chefs love to use this ice because you have much more control getting that water to the very top. This is a perfectly seasoned water. Next up, we're gonna use sea salt. I'm gonna use Starbucks ice. It's a little bit more dense than Diamond Crystal Kosher salt. As you can see, the salt is still usable so that it gets to the very top. You're gonna need less ice cubes because it's a little bit more dense per granule. It'll still do the job. Next up, we have Morton's kosher salt, which I will be using the classic refrigerator ice to season my water. Per granule, it's a little bit more dense. Once again, you can still fill your water all the way up to the top without using too much. You don't have to use less of it. It'll still do the job. It's the same density in the total amount that you use. Finally, we have table salt. As you can see with my demonstration, this is the most dense ice cube, so you don't need as much of it to fill up this glass of water. As you can see, it'd probably do the job with about 3 of these ice cubes and still get it filled up to the top. The reason why most chefs like to stay away from table salt is because, as you can see, if you add just a little bit too much, it'll overflow. And that's the reason why so many recipe developers will always say salt to taste, because recipe developers have no idea what salt you have in your kitchen and also what kind of taster you are. So many people are super tasters, and then so many people don't have as strong of taste buds. So at the end of the day, it's up to you as the cook to season your food. My point in my original video is to let people know that you can try adding a little bit more salt so that you can enhance the flavors that you're cooking with. It's possible to do so with whatever salt, and the brand and the type of salt you use, at the end of the day, doesn't matter. I do want to clarify, this is just an analogy, but at the end of the day, I think it is important that most people understand the different types of salt you're working with, because all of them can achieve the same thing in salting your food. You just have to know how.